Oh, hello, hello. How's it going? How's it going,
Hello.
GDQ? GDQ hotfix, frame fatales. We're gonna be doing some Odyssey any percent, Super Mario Odyssey any percent. It's gonna be great. We have with me, I have Leslie Dainty and Royal Peaches as commentators.
Hi, I'm Royal Peaches.
Hello, I'm Leslie Dainty.
And I am Pinkish, I'm the runner. So we're just gonna start right away and oof, I'm nervous, but let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yay.
Woo, let's go.
Yo, this game is great. We skip a lot of cutscenes. That's like 80% of the game.
True.
and then the rest, like 10%, is just Cappy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's like half of it or less than half is actual movement, and then half of it's just like cutscene and dialogue mash.
There's a very deep backstory in this game, but we're not going to learn much about it until the very end.
We don't need to see that. It's not important.
So one main difference between Odyssey and literally every single other Mario game is we're going to be collecting moons instead of stars. So if you've never seen Odyssey, we actually collect moons in this game. Well, this is kind of, I don't know how recent this was, but before, the fastest way to play this game, I believe, was on a Switch that was not connected to the internet ever, so that you had like a very basic version of the game. But now, it's actually the 1.3.0, correct me if I'm wrong, version that is the fastest?
Yeah. It used to be 1.0, and you could only get it on the physical cartridge, I think, but when 1.3 came out, all of the loads were like 40 seconds faster, I think, than the 1.0.
Mm-hmm.
Mistimed that.
A fast movement that you'll be seeing a lot is the rolling. Just kind of in the beginning, there's a lot of rolling at Cap Kingdom. My favorite music in the game is right now when you're the frog. It's the best.
I think my best is Luncheon. That's the best music for me.
Yeah, the Luncheon Kingdom is pretty good.
I just like being frog.
Yeah, as we can see, Pink is gonna come up to the topper fight here at the end of Cap Kingdom, and it's our first boss fight of the game. And it should be over, hopefully. Oh, missing the jump on that hat there.
Yeah. It's fine, it's fine. My hands are shaky.
But it's still over pretty fast.
One thing I really like about this game is how much you have to shake the controller. You get really good biceps out of it.
Yeah. Can cause
Good workout.
some pain though. Like,
just play some video games and then you get some workout out of it. Pretty good. So now we're actually going into our first actual kingdom. Cap Kingdom doesn't count. We don't count it as an actual kingdom. But this is Cascade. And we're gonna be coming up ahead with one of the finicky tricks of this game, which is Dino Skip.
Yeah, definitely a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is I wouldn't call it super hard, but like it definitely can be finicky. Like sometimes the dinosaur just doesn't want to jump on the trampoline.
Some people are asking what controller you're using.
I'm using a Pro Controller.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, continue.
I was gonna say the only difference with the Pro Controller and the Joy-Cons is that Joy-Cons can do down throws with motion controls, but the Pro Controller cannot. But everything else is pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm. Now, we have a cutscene that we can't really skip, which is just watching this giant thing fall to the ground, but you know. And Cappy talks to you about the Odyssey that we will have to unlock. So with any percent, we're only collecting the amount of moons that it says in the top left corner. There's little circles. We're only collecting that amount of moons in each.
And first try.
Kingdom. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, definitely one of the more punishing tricks to mess up. I think it loses like 30 seconds or something, depending on if you miss that trick.
Mm-hmm. and we're gonna be really mean to this bunny and slam a chain chomp into her face.
I messed up.
Yeah, this fight is super annoying. If you miss the fast cycle on that, she steps forward and you kind of have to walk around the whole arena in order to shoot it back.
Yeah. What I was trying to do there, I was trying to do a backflip and then hopefully my cap would return to me and take off the cap on the chomper before I threw my cap again and then capture it, but I wasn't getting it for some reason, but it's fine. It's all good. Now we're gonna go... Oh, not yet. We don't go back to the Odyssey just yet. We have to get one more moon and then we actually get to go to the next kingdom. This cutscene is very long. It's like 30 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pretty long one. Because you can't skip any of the multi-moon cutscenes. They make you watch the whole thing.
We get to fly around 3 moons. Super
excited.
Slow. Even though we're on a planet, we're slowly having gravity issues for whatever reason.
I'm just gonna be grabbing the moon on top of the cliff here. I think there's a chest one that's closer, but you have to do it really fast for it to be optimal.
Yeah, you have to also clip out.
Yeah, clip back to the Odyssey.
Which is really hard. I feel like I'm really bad at throwing my cap up, which is what you have to do in that like moon if you get the chest moon. And I don't feel very confident doing that. So.
Yeah, it's a hard trick to learn. I have not even tried it.
Ding.
And we're off.
One thing I like about Odyssey in comparison to some of the other Mario 3D speedruns is the movement in Odyssey is like, it was made for a speedrun. Like, the movement is just so good in this game. So if you're thinking of picking up a 3D Mario, I highly recommend Odyssey if you have it. It's really fun.
And it's also really easy to get into. There isn't like that many hard tricks to do as a beginner. And it's just a really, really fun run to do. So if you're definitely interested, check out the SMO speedrun page and also the Discord.
Yeah. This is Sand Kingdom.
Oof. I'm gonna have to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting vault there on accident, huh?
Yeah. That was not meant to happen.
But you still got the bird at least, which is very good, because if you miss that bird, the cycle will take a while to try to reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen 2 places where people get birds. I believe people try and get it here, but there are some people that try and get it by the Oasis as well. But your timing has to be, like, really good.
Yeah, we used to get it by the Oasis until the seed route was discovered, and since then nobody goes into the Sphinx sub-area anymore. So I think they almost always get it by the town now, unless there's a different route that they're doing.
Yeah.
Dune Moon is one of the hardest moons in the game, I think.
Yeah. That was nice. That. It's just so clean. Mario just jumps around like nothing's going on, you know?
Oh boy, it can also go really wrong though. Mario can be really nice, but he can also be really mean with movement. I think I'm not gonna get this bullet bill cycle. I don't think so. He's gonna crash, yeah.
At least you made it up there, though. That can be one of the harder jumps to do, for sure.
So right here we have to wait for this bullet bill so we can then, after this moon, capture it and then go to the pillar up over here and grab this quick moon. And one thing about that moon is that if you don't exit the bullet bill before it hits the pillar, you will bonk into the wall and then fall down.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate and kind of hard to back up unless you have good moons in mind. But
Yeah, that is a very much a run killer, and thankfully that didn't happen. So I think my backup for that would be Jinx, but that's still like a very, very slow moon compared to Pillar.
Fun fact, when I first learned the bullet bill way, I did bonk into the pillar and I was confused as to why I kept failing.
Yeah, some of them are weird because I think in the Jaxie skip trick you do want to bonk into the wall, so it's kind of hard to tell what you're supposed to be doing to make it the most.
You have to hit it like on a specific point on that wall too, or else it doesn't work. Yeah, you also have to go fast with the bullet bill for the leaning pillar, because you have to shake and also press Y.
Yeah, right there. For you to go faster, you usually shake to get to the to that skip, I guess. But I didn't shake because I was scared that the bullet bill will just take weird routes and then just bonk in the right place.
Definitely better to be safe for the Jaxie skip route because that's surrounded by that pool of poison, and those are instant death. And then you would spawn back at the beginning.
The hats don't actually have an effect on Mario's speed, as far as I know.
Yep, they're just decorational.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would probably be in the route to get one of the hats.
Yeah, true.
Oh, thank God I didn't mess this one up because I was having a lot of issues with this simple moon. I don't know why I was having so many issues with this note, but
yeah, those notes can be really tough. I think it's the tree.
Yeah, the tree. The tree just has weird physics and just overall what's it called? Like I forgot the word. I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Hitboxes. That's
oh
what it's
yeah.
called. And then we do some more skipping of cutscenes.
And then we're off to Wooded Kingdom. Or Lake, actually, I think.
Oh, yeah, or Lake. Then Wooded, right?
Lake, then Wooded.
Yeah.
I was full on there. I was like, yeah, Wooded. And then I was like, great.
Well...
I remember back when Odyssey first came out and people started speedrunning it, like within the month of it being released, the route was changing literally every single day, and there was a website that would update every day with like new routes and new changes because everyone was finding new things, and that went on for a really long time. And even the language changed a couple of times because I remember it being people thought like the Chinese was the fastest.
Oh yeah.
And then it went back and forth for a while, but now I think it's pretty steady.
Yeah, there haven't been too many changes besides a few like new discoveries in the past year, but definitely less than at the beginning for sure.
Yeah. It was just
I think most of the actual changes to this game has been like the clips found in 1.3.
Yep. Yeah.
That are actually really, really hard. Most of them are. The only clip I'm actually going to be doing is a chip clip in Seaside. That one's pretty free, pretty easy.
That one's definitely one that's
yeah. I mean, it's honestly, in my opinion, it's honestly easier than getting the dinosaur to jump on the...
Yeah, they're probably around the same difficulty. The cheap one is definitely more lenient if you miss it. It only takes a few seconds to try again versus the dino can take a long time. Nice jump up there onto the flower. There can be a lot of input drops there which just make you go straight into the water and lose a lot of time.
Yeah. This is our third Wow. Third Brunel fight. The tall, lanky boy, as I call him.
I also
think
call
that's
him
his- That's his
Lanky.
name. Yeah.
Dude, I also call him Lanky. I never knew his name. I just always call him Lanky.
Yep. This is one of my favorite fights to get like done well. If you get the
Yeah,
jokes,
it's
like
super satisfying.
sometimes he's a jerk though.
Yeah.
But nice job on that fight.
Yeah.
Super nice to get that with all of the quick cycles.
Mm-hmm.
And we're off to another kingdom. That was really fast. That was like what? Like
I think Lake Kingdom's
7
like 3
minutes?
minutes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Frames are dropping. Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Monka us.
Oh dear.
Are we back? Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
I think
yes,
so.
Yeah.
It's okay, we just missed the moon cutscene, you know, putting the moons into the Odyssey.
It's fine. We're off to Wooded now.
But it is definitely my least favorite kingdom to do.
Yeah.
It's just, it can be very, very annoying.
Yeah, definitely easy to lose tons of time here.
Oof. That was a really fast bunny.
Nice.
Faster than I've done it in like the past week.
Yeah, that bunny can be so quick to get, but if you mess up, he'll just like run around that rock,
Yeah.
and it's sometimes hard to get him to slow down. And we were collecting coins earlier so that we could buy this shopping moon. Depending on your route, it can be sometimes a little bit close on if you have 100 coins or not, but Pink had plenty of.
If you still go into the Sphinx, you'll usually have lots of coins from Sam, but Wooded is a good kingdom casually.
Yeah, it has a lot going on. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm. I remember when I did my first playthrough and I fell to the bottom and I was like, oh, well, this is the end. And I was like, wait.
And then it's like, no, there's a whole nother area down there.
Yeah.
Of course, you don't want to be there in a speedrun at all.
No, you never want to be in the Darkwood.
Yeah, especially because you can't warp out of it. If you manage to fall down there, you actually have to find the seeds and wait for a beanstalk to grow. It's horribly slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These little onion dudes are one of my favorite mechanics in this game, even though all they do
You're
is
so
literally
cute.
stretch. But yeah, they're cute.
The uproots are amazing.
So here we want to make sure I don't fall, and we fell into Lost
Oh
Wood.
no.
Oh no.
And you can't teleport back, can you?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna need some help here. I need to
If
get
you
the...
follow the wooded, or like go past the tree and then follow the dirt path, there should be a seed on that way. And it should be to... Yeah, there we go.
And there's one over here.
Yep.
Oh no, wait, where's the... Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
You're right there.
Super hard to even like think about deep woods when you're not there, and it's so dark. It's genuinely hard to see.
Yeah. Well, that was the Darkwoods.
Thankfully, we cut the checkpoint so we can warp back.
Mhm.
Yep.
And that's the first time that it has ever happened to me.
There we go, making it nicely to the pipeway next. This room is so hard to get fast. I think I lost my muscle memory for it, and it's basically like impossible for me to go through without getting damaged.
Yeah, it's also impossible for me to get without getting damaged.
There's a few like ways you can do it with the cycles, because everything is on a cycle here with the water and the fuzzies, but they're all like pretty hard to get down.
I took no damage, so that was nice.
That was
Nice, good job. Yeah, we used to route it where you climbed up after Pipeway to that red maze, but I don't know when people discovered like the warp route, but it's super helpful because you don't have to do that climb anymore. And then as you can see, we killed the piranha plant but didn't grab the moon yet just because they take a second, I think 2 seconds for a moon to become active. So since we're grabbing this one anyway, might as well let that activate.
and this one also has a cutscene. Just a short one though.
Someone asked if grabbing moons from the deep woods doesn't compensate falling there. I think there is a few moons you can grab to like make your time loss less like significant, but if you don't know them, it's definitely hard to kind of think about on the fly for sure. And then it's at that point, it's just better to get out of there as fast as you can.
Yep.
I'm going into the tower here to grab a few moons on the way up to Spirit. This part's pretty, mostly just uproot movement, so it's a pretty, like, decent. That jump can be tricky out of the nut area, but you did well.
Yes. Yeah. Nice.
And we get to fight Spewart. This fight is pretty fast too if you do the, if you're able to step on his head. Otherwise he kind of just like runs around the whole arena and puts poison everywhere and it can make it super long, but since we're speedrunning, you just want to step on that as fast as we can and then get that phase over.
Yeah.
And then that last hit was pretty nice. I was able to get the trick.
Nice.
Nice. Nice quick fight. And another multi-mood.
And that was our last mood for Wooded.
Yes. And then we're off to Cloud. So we're playing in the Japanese version simply because the text there is the shortest, so the dialogue will go a bit faster.
Yep.
Well, other than falling into deep woods, this was a pretty good Wooded.
Yeah, it was good after that, and before just an unfortunate death, or not death, but fall. It's super scary when that happens, especially in like a run like this that you can't just reset on.
Yeah. I mean, definitely happy that I was able to recover as fast as I could.
Yeah,
I literally haven't been into deep woods in a long time. Ever since I did my all unique moons.
Oh yeah.
Boy, I haven't touched that since.
Yeah, some of the like I think darker side goes into the deep woods and it makes it a bit easier to get acquainted with it, but still when you're falling in there unexpected and you're just like, how can I get out of here the fastest so that I don't lose as much time? And then we're coming into the first Bowser fight here on Cloud Kingdom. It's a pretty cool fight. Basically, the goal is going to be to grab his hat as fast as possible without letting him move between the platforms. That was really good on the first cycle. It's probably the hardest one, I think.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about Bowser's glow up in this game?
It's
like
it's amazing. I mean,
so
like, his hair is like wonderful, you know?
He's getting ready for his wedding.
Yeah, why shouldn't he look nice?
Oof. Really nice.
Nice. That was
Nice.
really good, Bowser.
Whew. Really, really nice, Bowser.
Mm-hmm.
This next kingdom, one of the scariest ones, I think. Lost Kingdom.
It is the hardest kingdom in my opinion to do.
It's really short, but since everything is surrounded by the poison, if you make like any kind of mistake that like makes you fall down, it's just instant death, and it's nerve-wracking to say the least.
Oop. Okay, we didn't die, but we didn't.
Oh,
get
that
the
was
trick.
super close. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going for slow strats here. That's okay. That tree jump is very, very finicky.
Yeah.
I was practicing it a lot. Kind of upset I didn't get it, but that's fine. At least we didn't die, which is better than.
Right. The
than
hitboxes
anything.
on that tree are so weird. Like you can bonk on the sides and you can fall through the middle if you are close to like the center. It's super annoying to kind of try to get that jump well.
Mhm.
The next important thing here, so the reason you kind of don't go through the center path in this kingdom is because if you remember, if you played this casually, the bird here on the right will actually steal your cap and start a super long cutscene when you pass a certain point on the bridge. So we kind of go around that whole thing, and then as you can see, she just walked over that platform there, which was basically to trick the game into thinking that you were in a state to get Cappy back, and so then Klepto doesn't want to steal him anymore.
Mhm.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, unfortunate
interesting.
there. A lot of the things in this kingdom want to steal Cappy. It's very unfortunate for him.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job on that last name.
That's a really good loss.
Oof.
Yeah.
And no death.
Nice, good job. Yeah, so now we're going to be going to Metro Kingdom, which I think was like the most memorable one from like the trailers and playing this normally. Kind of the one modeled after New York City. It was pretty.
Yep. New Donk City, I believe is what it's called.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that name, but I do
Me
like the
neither.
game itself.
And at I did play Odyssey before it came out, and the two kingdoms that you could play was actually Metro or Sand during the test.
Oh, I didn't know I could play Metro. I thought it was only Sand. Nice.
You had a choice, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We start off here in Night Metro, as we call it, which the goal here is going to be to defeat the Mecha Wiggler on top of the big building that's being attacked, I guess. And then after that, we get the Day Metro.
Oh no, stream is down again. Heck,
I'm scared.
me too. Can see all the chat being like spliced.
I
we
think
go.
we're back.
Yeah.
Yes, we kind of jump across all of this. I think casually they want you to go on the ground and capture some tanks and stuff, but we're just going to jump across the buildings and get to the top as fast as we can.
Mm-hmm. We did collect one moon along the way that was on like these red rafters. there's a lot of moons that we're going to be collecting in Metro, as you can tell.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest one. I think 20 is the most
Okay.
of any of the kingdoms.
Mhm.
Yeah, this part can be super tricky because these elevators are on a cycle from the moment that you enter the kingdom. It's super hard to get. Nice cap jump on the jump there. That one can be super scary.
Mhm.
If you because the camera there kind of turns around on its own, it can cause Mario to dive without hitting Cappy, even though you like put him out. And if you don't get the cap jump there, you'll just fall down and lose a ton.
Yeah.
Let's hope we get Two-Face.
Yeah, so the
Oh my God.
frames are dying a bit, but
No, dude, what the frick? We should be fine.
So the goal at this Mecha Wiggler fight basically is to get this done in 2 cycles and hit all of the parts of the Mecha Wiggler at once. If you miss any, it will start another like intermediate phase. And ooh, that was a really good.
Yeah, that was the best one I've done.
That's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And if you miss that, it loses like 30 seconds. We call it 3 cycling, and it's super annoying to deal with.
Yeah.
God. Why is it dropping now, man? Out of all times, what the frick?
I think it's coming back eventually.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yay.
Yay.
Well,
and we're off to Day Metro.
I was really hoping that that wouldn't happen, but apparently my internet has other plans.
It's alright, it happens. That's what happens, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is also one of my favorite kingdoms to do, mostly because we get to see Otep.
Otep,
Yeah.
yes. We'll see him at the end. I am not even sure when that became such a meme, but he's a lovely guy.
Everyone was saying it.
Yeah. I think most people call it a dead meme now, but you know, it's still good. He's still there. He still deserves love. And then coming up on one of the best moons in
Most wholesome moon
Metro. Most wholesome moon. Bench Friends is amazing. He just wants a friend, you know?
So you just sit.
Mario's there for him.
Mario is there to listen to him, and he gets a moon in return.
And then he leaves immediately.
Yep.
He's like, bye.
I think in the World Peace Run, they took out the Bench Friends moon from the route, and we were all like, but can the world really be at peace if he's not getting his moon, like, from Bench Friends guy?
Dude, totally agree.
We're gonna be we warped up to this checkpoint that we grabbed at the end of the City Hall in Night Metro, and grabbing this dumpster moon here, which I think this one was one of the hardest ones for me casually because I just couldn't see it and I didn't know why it would be there.
Okay. We fell down, but that's fine. We have a quick backup here. If you didn't know.
That's unfortunate.
Nice. Don't see the purpose of having a trash or like a trash bin just way out there.
I think it's called How Did They Take Out the Trash? That's the name of the moon, and it's like I don't know. Like I don't think anybody knows.
It's just there.
Also, this building can be very finicky too.
this climb here is super. It's easy once you get like holding on to it, but before that, it can be super.
Yeah. And over here, I'm just trying to get a long jump because it's easier to land on this moon.
Yeah, I think usually they want you to bounce off that umbrella, but if you can get it from the top, why not?
Need to get that.
Making sure to grab the hint art there, yep. We need to buy another moon in Snow Kingdom, which is why we started grabbing that hint art in Metro. It's super helpful because it's just like not even out of the way or anything. Just right under the moon that we were already.
No, I bonked. Okay.
I think that trash can has a magnet on it and it wants Mario to run into him.
There's randomly all these people just walking in this alleyway for some
Yeah,
reason.
this room is kind of cryptic. Like they're just walking in and then leaving, and we don't see anything else from them. It's super.
Definitely very weird.
Yep.
And then we're going to talk to Pauline and get some musicians, which is super exciting.
Just great, because she asked me where one of them was, and it was right next to her.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, come on, Pauline, you could turn around and ask this guy to play for you if you want.
We're only gonna collect 2 band members though.
Yeah, there are a total of 4, but we don't need all of them.
We're
just
honestly
getting
collecting the best ones anyway.
Yeah.
True. OTEP is the only one that matters. Which is what we're coming up on here. If you hear him when he talks, I think he says like OTEP, yay, and I don't know what else, but
He says OTEP, yay. Here we come. Yay.
And then he rocks out with you when you collect the moon. It's great.
Heck yeah. And that's the last moon we needed for Metro. We can head out of here.
We warp to the moon. To the moon.
Just skip to the it's over.
Runs over.
we beat Bowser on the moon. We just warp.
Yay.
I'm gonna be heading to Snow Kingdom next. The next 2 are pretty short. I think they both only need 10 moons. Snow can be kind of stressful though, not gonna lie.
Snow is my favorite kingdom.
The Shivarians are probably the best like little townspeople. They make this game amazing.
That is 100% why I love Snow Kingdom.
They're so cute and round, and they're just adorable.
And honestly, if you didn't play so much Bound Bowl when you got this game, then I don't know why you got this game.
Honestly, yeah, we should just make a Bound Bowl %. That's all you need to do. Just be playing Bound Bowl. So most of the moons are going to be inside the little Shivarian town, except for this first one is going to be Captain Toad.
Our boy, Captain Toad.
Yep.
Shivering.
He's
in the tundra.
freezing cold, and we're just going to leave him here. Take his 1 power moon and bounce.
Dude, he's doing great. Don't you see him dancing?
He's in the middle of a blizzard. I feel like.
Dude, he loves it.
Captain
In
Toad
his
is always
element,
happy. Yeah.
True.
And down we go.
To the cutest part of this game.
And oh no! Oh, they're so cute. It's my favorite part.
I think after you beat it, there's Shivarians that go to Metro. They go on top of like the big tall tower, and he's like, "I'm so scared of heights." It's adorable, and also like I wanted to help him, and the game would not let me. Here's our second shopping moon, which is why we needed those coins.
We had plenty though.
Yes. If you were running on 1.0 back before 1.3 was faster, they didn't have those hint arts, so you had to make sure that you had enough coins like before you got to Snow. But that was also when they went into the Sphinx room, so that did help.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, unfortunate. Missed the cat bounce there, but we should be
Oh.
good.
Okay.
This is a super finicky jump, I think.
And I'm not getting it. Okay, we got it. Third try is a charm. Oop.
We're gonna be going into some sub areas here now, which I find the sub areas the hardest part of snow. They're super tricky to get down to get super fast.
I feel like this one is the hardest for sure.
This one is definitely tricky. I've had those, like they're technically called typhoons. Everyone calls them blowy joeys. Had them just completely push me off the edge when I was not meaning for that to happen, and it is super annoying.
Yep.
Nice job on the spinies there.
Snow has a lot of cutscenes too, because you have to get a lot of story moons,
Right.
which procs this cutscene that you just saw. And then this cutscene of the Bowser thingy just taking off.
Yep.
They're going to the Goomba Room next, which is on ice. I personally dislike this room just because it's super hard to move on ice for me. You're all slippery.
And there's a lot of room for mistakes here
Oh,
too,
for
which
sure.
is very scary. Let's hope we don't die.
Oh, good. I was worried for a second.
We're fine.
Yeah,
It's all fine. Fire behind us.
If you like kill one of the Goombas or have them fall off, you have to like leave or die or wait for them to respawn. I had that happen like 2 days in a row. It was annoying.
Goomba stacks are a wholesome thing in this game.
They're very wholesome. Like when you find out you can stack the Goombas and you're like, just what else does the game need? Nothing really.
And you gotta stack the Goombas to impress the pink Goomba.
Yes.
Bow.
Honestly,
Yeah,
the
we don't
best
get
part
to
of the
see any
game.
of those in here, but the little Goombette Moons, I think that's her name. They're adorable. And here is a ice ringo fight that we're gonna be skipping. You don't need it to get anywhere. It's just for one of the barriers, but we just want to grab the secret moon here and then head out.
Yeah.
I think there's only a few categories where that ice ringo fight is even in. In most other ones, you just you do a clip in Snow Kingdom, so you can go straight to Bound Bowl, and so there's not a lot where you actually get to see that. And Seaside is one of the ones that's actually had change in the past like few months / a year, since they just discovered the cheap fish clip, which you said you're going for, right?
Mhm.
Nice. One of the easier clips, I think, for sure. Definitely something like anyone who's just starting out can do once you
Yeah.
kind of get the hang.
Totally agree. It's definitely a clip that a beginner can do.
We used to get Notes Moon with a rocket flower, and I personally found that harder because you had to kind of line up and make sure you're going in a straight line every time, and it was super finicky and easy to mess up, I'll say.
Yeah. Oh. No, and we bumped on our way out. It's all good. This is one of the moons that can be really tricky because Mario's like when he throws a cap, he will sometimes jump on it, sometimes he won't.
Yeah, this one's like a weird like 2.5D perspective too. I really dislike this room just because you sometimes can't exactly tell where you're.
Yeah.
And someone asked if the insane hat jump combo tricks are the intended movement. I believe most of the intended movement here of those tricks are that you're actually supposed to get one of the Gushins and go up like that. But since we can get up there with our hat, why not, you know?
But
now we're just gonna get some cheap moons.
Cheap.
Yeah, this kingdom I find super relaxing when I run, just since you don't have to do... After you get those first 3, you're just in a cheap for like the rest of it. You're just chilling.
Yeah. But jumping off of Cappy is an intended movement.
Yes,
That is
that's in the action guide, which we skip in Sand Kingdom, but it is there.
Yeah. I love Cheap with a mustache.
So sweet.
It's a bit concerning. I don't know if I like to see the fish with the mustache. I do like that Cappy just puts a mustache on everything as well, just so we know what's going on.
Like,
Honestly,
I think it's
the dinosaur with the mustache is my favorite.
That's a pretty good one.
because it's
We'll
just
see you.
its nice little mustache.
First try.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so we used to get this moon inbounds. We used to just go through the little like crevice in the wall and warp out of it. But instead we found that clip and we actually end up getting the Sphinx moon down here since you can get into the loading zone without having to talk to the Sphinx. And it's super fast.
Cute, cheap. Yeah.
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 Oh,
There's gonna
something.
be an move later.
Oh yeah. The last part of the run, if you don't spam yeah in the chat, you cannot watch this run anymore. You're not allowed. You have to spam yeah when they play the anime music.
Yes.
Anime music at the end is iconic.
And if you don't know when to spam yeah, we will tell you. Don't worry. We will tell you spam yeah.
Or just now, you know, now
Or
works
just
as
now,
well.
Or just now, yeah, you can just spam yes all day, any day.
At any time.
I'm okay with that.
Going to Luncheon Kingdom here. One of the longer ones and very easy to make silly mistakes on. Be frustrating to run with, but hopefully everything goes.
Okay, was getting that consistently in practice. There we go, second try.
Nice. Yeah, that jump is super tricky.
Yeah. It's a very tight jump.
Salty kingdom as well.
Quite literally, yes. There's just salt everywhere, and it also just provides salt for all the runners who come here. I'm going into another spirit fight now, hopefully. This is a tricky jump because of those columns. They can give you some problems.
And we're back with the spitter. I actually don't know his name.
Spirit.
Well, I was close.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
His hitbox can also be very, very finicky. So when jumping onto him, what I'm trying to do is jump and throw my cap at the same time. So we cut down on time on that, but his hitbox can definitely mess you up sometimes if you do it like if you jump a little bit too behind, well, like in front of him. and then you take damage, just like I did. But...
At least the lava here is not instant death. That would make this kingdom
Yeah.
a million times worse, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Climbing some rock candy, a casual Monday for Mario.
Yeah, this next one is I think it was like one of the most out of the way ones. I never like expected they just put one up here because I never thought about climbing it casually.
No, yeah.
But then they're just like, yeah, there's a moon there. Getting this box cutscene here, which we couldn't see, but Pink knew it was there.
Now we're gonna make.
Now we just Kobe.
Nice. Yeah, these like turnips kind of replace the seeds, I think. In the other kingdoms, they have those seeds with the plants to grow that you gotta go around and find. In this one, they have these turnips that you add to this soup and get moons from that.
Mm-hmm. We're always yeah.
True.
And now my favorite room in the...
I think it's my favorite room.
Fork flicking adventure.
This room is something else, I'll say.
Yeah.
I've had so many, like, runs die here and just...
Yeah. It's definitely scary.
Yes.
I was messing up a lot in practice because my control stick just kept going in a weird direction and just flicking me downwards.
Oh, that's super annoying. But nice job, you did pretty well on all those forks. This sub-area is basically just fling yourself until the moons, and then it's over.
Yep.
You can do a cute little lava jump here. That was very nice.
Yep.
And then the next story moon in Luncheon is these cheese rocks here. We gotta grab our, I think it's Panbro, that's what this one's called, and break these open to get the lever here.
If I had the choice between throwing a hammer and throwing a frying pan, I would 100% throw a frying pan.
I would too. I think it would be more effective, right?
Yes.
Like, hammer's not as effective as a whole frying.
It doesn't have that
Thanks.
much area. Of a...
Exactly. Yeah, I think this is the first game that the little Hammer Bros have frying pans like that. I thought it was so cute that they added that to the Luncheon Kingdom. It was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That Spiny there is one of my least favorite enemy placements in this run.
Yeah.
If you like wait too long, he'll just run into you.
Oof.
Oh, that was a good save though.
Mm-hmm.
Falling down in the lava here can sometimes mean death, depending on like the backups that you can do for it. Sometimes they don't work though, and you just have to kind of sit there and let Mario take all the lava damage.
Even the meat gets a mustache.
Yeah, I always forget about that.
I didn't even realize that.
does.
We just have to capture this meat and put a mustache on it.
Shake off the salt.
Yeah, that's one of the easiest multi-moons. I think that's like one of the only ones that doesn't require a boss fight. I might be wrong, but it's just like, just get this meat and you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think you might be correct. It might be the only move.
Yeah, I can't think of
Yeah.
any others. Like, I don't know. Someone asked about to explain the pausing and skipping mechanic between the cuts.
Pausing and skipping.
Yeah, just
Well,
basically, yeah.
We're just trying to skip. Yeah, we're just trying to skip the cutscene. So like, I'm pausing, and what I'm doing when you pause, it just skips the cutscene. So like in Japanese text, it would be skip.
Yeah, it's basically like, do you want to skip the cutscene? Yes, no. Sometimes if you press no on accident, it can be annoying because you're like, why would I press no? And now everyone's favorite auto-scroller.
And now we're in Game of Thrones.
I always call this Dark Souls.
Yeah, everyone has their own like game that this reminds them of.
Honestly, Dark Souls sounds a little bit more accurate.
Yeah.
But
This dragon just does not look Nintendo to me. It's
It's very out of place. It was an interesting choice for this game.
Yeah, definitely out of place. Going for a more realistic like look on the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And then since this is an auto scroller here, pretty much we can say that this marathon happens with support of viewers like you. So consider subscribing to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick today for some fun emotes and to support the stream.
Mm-hmm.
And
if you have Twitch Prime, that's one free sub.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, always use your Twitch Prime.
If you have Amazon Prime, you can get a free sub with Twitch Prime and save yourself $5.
So yeah, this is pretty much an auto scroller, and what I'm doing, I'm just like taking damage on the way up so I can capture or like release those swords faster than waiting for it to fall.
Because the swords aren't good enough to danger this dragon. Mario's butt is.
Exactly. Oh. Alright, very nice. It can be very nerve-wracking being one damage on top of there, because those purple, like, spiny
They
things,
spawn on you.
they can spawn and they can kill you, so...
Yeah.
Yes.
Super...
Fun fact, this dragon just stays there.
Yeah, he's there throughout everything post-game, I think. I think you can go talk to him, too.
Mm-hmm. He just has his head on the pillar, hanging out.
We just smashed his brains.
Yeah.
I would also just want to stay there. Like my brain
Yeah, he's like, I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nap.
mood, to be honest. And now we are preparing our Odyssey for like the third time because we keep breaking it. We're not very careful with our Odyssey. Yeah, Mario doesn't know how to navigate this Odyssey.
No, he does not. Neither does Cappy.
And now we're finally getting to Bowser's Kingdom, where we've been going the whole time. I think the game wants you to think that it's going to end here, and then it doesn't.
Yeah.
But I think that's what they imply. They're like, oh, we're finally here.
I love the Goombas in this level.
Oh, nope. Please. That would be not optimal.
I don't want to go back. So Bowser Kingdom actually doesn't show you in the top left how many moons you need to repair the
Right.
Odyssey, but I believe it's 7.
8.
8? 8. Okay,
Yeah.
I was close.
I think we have 6 story moons, and then we just grab 2 extras on our way, and then when we're done, it's like, oh, we have enough. We can head out now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's also too why they wanted you to think it was going to end. They don't put any like extra things here to say how many you need.
Yep.
Especially since they want you to think this is the end of the game.
Yeah. But even though it's not, considering the final boss here is not Bowser.
Just gonna be grabbing some shards here. There's 5 shards around this this whole area that we need to get for the story moon here. And then we've captured one of the Pokios. I think one of the most interesting captures in the game. They can be very annoying for the speedrun, but I think it was pretty cool casually, being a little bird.
I agree.
We also just kind of stuck our nose in a hole and got a moon, so that was
Yes.
cool.
We poked the hole. I think that's what they call it, right? Poking
Yeah.
the hole.
Yeah, I think
it's poking the turret wall, is that moon? I want to say.
there's some interesting names for some of the moons, especially in Wooded Kingdom.
For sure. Yeah.
Like 90% of the moons in Wooded Kingdom are interesting.
And that was our second moon that was not a story moon. So we won't need any more. The last story moon is, well, before the big fight, is going to be this brutal fight up here. Where we actually have to fight 2 brutals and we only get 1 moon, so it kind of like decreases how many power moons you get per brutal fight as the game goes on.
Yep. This is the first time we're seeing her as well.
Yes, I believe she's in Sand Kingdom, but we don't bother fighting her in Sand Kingdom. We kind of just leave them, and we're just like, nah, we don't need to fight her.
She's also a lot easier in Sand Kingdom because she only throws 1 bomb. And
Yeah,
the finicky part about her throwing 2 bombs is like, it could definitely not land on her head if you are not positioned correctly.
Yeah. Now we have Top Hat Dude, who has way more hats now.
yeah, he just increases his amount of hats as the game. If you fight him in the dark side, he has even more hats, which one wouldn't think is possible, but he does. This one's definitely hard if you lose track of where he is.
Yeah. If you miss the jump on when he's gathering up in a circle.
Yep.
Yeah, someone asked if Bowser designs those statues specifically to explode, which is a very good question. It doesn't really make sense why they explode when the Brutals die, but very interesting.
Yeah,
decision
good
there.
question.
A linked life source. Apparently.
They're keeping the statues alive, and when they die, so do the statues.
Ooh, spiny.
Ooh, nice. Avoiding that spiny there.
Mhm.
And just jumping up here past the bombs. Hopefully getting that Pokio there. The nice thing about the Pokios is you can do the motion control shake and it kind of just does that little spin jump up. You don't have to like pull back and aim like you... I think that's how I did it casually, but they just let you go.
Now we're coming into one of the hardest fights. Honestly,
Yes.
the hardest part of the whole run.
Yes.
We
Which
need
is
some bless RNG in chat for this fight, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so normally the game wants you to, every cycle, they want you to get this bird and shoot the bombs at its legs. Pink is going to do that for the first cycle, but then after that, we will basically be staying on top of the mech for the entire fight. And
Hopefully.
because of that, it makes the game a lot faster. Yeah, hopefully. That's what we'll be intending to do here.
Yeah.
One has to wonder how these Brutals stay alive after we kill them multiple times, but they don't bother explaining that.
Nice. So the Brutal's just running into the wall because it thinks Mario's on the ground, but he's not.
Yeah, this part can be super tricky as well because of the way the mech moves. If you're like standing or jumping in the wrong place, it can kind of give you a bunch of unwanted momentum. Oh no.
Oh no.
It's fine. We'll have to go up with the Pokio and the final Brutal. That's fine.
Sometimes jumping back, I've had this happen, jumping back onto the Brutal, if you jump when the like face is in the front, the ears like knock you off and you can't get up.
Yeah, it can bonk on those.
Oh, okay. And we got it.
And nice.
And that's the Brutal fight. Usually that last jump onto the last Brutal that I just got is really, really hard. And unfortunately I didn't get it, so I had to get back up with the Pokio. But we still got it, so we got back up as much as I could, so that's good.
Yep, and then we'll go to the actual Lost Kingdom of the game, to the moon.
Yes. Technically not the last.
Well, okay, yes, you're right. The last one in any percent.
True.
Yes.
There's the dark side and the darker side of the moon will get unlocked when you get more moons when you're playing, but since we don't get anywhere close to that, and we don't need to, we don't have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm. And off we go. Well,
And then we get to see a cute little costume change at the next kingdom as well.
mm-hmm.
Mario has to dress up for the wedding, of course, that he's going to crash. It's kind of questionable why he changes his outfit, but, you know. He wants to look nice for Bowser and Peach before he, like, punches Bowser into that.
He's literally Mr. Steal Your Girl.
But Peach is an independent woman and don't need no man. Because we find that out.
Yes. At the cutscene at the end.
When I watched it for the first time, it's like, whoa, Peach!
I know, I love that cutscene. If
I was
you
just
haven't
happy.
seen it, we will probably see it at the end of this, but basically Bowser and Mario tried to confess their love to Peach and she's like, I'm gonna go back to Earth. Yeah.
I'm gonna explore the world without any of you.
Yep. Now we've got low gravity here, making it Mario moves a lot slower and jumps a lot higher. but the motion control rolls are still pretty fast once you can get on the ground.
Yeah. We'll grab a fast flower. Woo.
And then we'll be doing Moon Cave Skip, which I believe was one of the first tricks that was even found.
Yes. Yeah.
Normally you go through the Moon Cave to get to the top of here, and it takes I think like 4 or 5 minutes to go through the whole thing, but we kind of just stand on that Sphinx and just skip the whole thing, so we don't need to do any of that.
Thankfully.
Yes.
And then into the wedding chapel, we can object to this union.
We're gonna bust through with our hat.
I also like that there's other people from other kingdoms here. I don't know, like Pauline is there. I don't know why. Like, and then this is basically the moon or the cloud fight, except there's a intermediate stage in between each of these hits where he kind of just shoots fire at us, and we can just jump on top of that, or jump over it, I guess. The hitbox of that fire seems like it's very big, but you can, like, I think just barely be off the ground and completely avoid it. I think it seems really hard casual.
And with this trick, I'm not gonna go for it in the last cycle because there's so many hats that I usually miss it. So I'm just gonna go for it normally.
Yeah. Better to be safe than to miss that and have to do the whole cycle again for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bowser's really good at stealing his own hat back as well. If you don't capture it correctly or capture it too early, he'll just take it back and go on to the next platform, and you do not want that to happen.
And we got really good RNG too.
Nice, yeah. Right in the middle. Clearly Pauline is at the wedding and she supports it because she wants to marry Mario.
Honestly.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. So then since he won't be available anymore. Yes, prepare your ayayas. They're coming soon. We're gonna be capturing Bowser, which I think was probably the coolest thing ever when I saw this for the first time.
It was like, we're like, Bowser.
Yeah. It was just like, oh my god, we're just gonna be Bowser. Wanting to avoid all of this falling floor here, but we know where everything's gonna be, so it's not too hard.
Triple jump to get up.
Make it a nice 2D section with Bowser. I think the 2D Bowser with Peach Sprite is adorable.
I agree.
Oh, okay. I have never done that before.
I have done that unintentionally and was not expecting it.
Yeah, same. Just happened. Did not expect that. I'm kind of upset we didn't get to showcase 2D Skip.
2D Skip, yeah. Yeah, 2D Skip is one of the more infamous skips in this game just because it literally, I think, saves 2 seconds and can be very easy to mess up and very easy to lose a minute. But it's okay. We managed to make it up there anyways, and it's Ayaya time.
Ayaya, just flood the chat with Ayayas.
We have our anime music, and we are almost at the end here.
We're gonna throw some fireballs up at this pillar just to get it knocked down a bit.
Did that get early pillar?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
I think it did.
Oh my god, the Ayayas. It's moving so fast.
Hell yeah, boys, let's go.
Nice, that early pillar was really good.
Yeah.
Those fireballs, I have the most trouble getting those across.
What's the timer looking like?
We're at 114 flat right now.
114 flat?
Yes.
What? Am I gonna PB?
Is that a PB for
Oh, this is a PB. Okay. Okay, time. And time. What's the timer?
1:14:15.
That's wait. That's a PB by 1 second.
Oh my
I'm not kidding. I am not kidding.
Oh my gosh. Nice job, GG.
Oh
Nice.
my god, my heart is racing right now. I thought we were so behind. We crushed that. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Good job. That was really good. And we can watch here the cutscene with Peach rejecting both Mario and Bowser.
It's weird because she
Damn.
seems like she's gonna accept Mario, and then she's like, "Nah, JK."
Yeah, I don't know, it's hard to tell what she's thinking.
Dude, I don't know. My heart is racing. I didn't have chat up or anything, so I didn't know what the timer looked like. I also didn't have live split up, so I was just running through the game and trying to give good commentary and just do good, you know? And even after like all that mess up, I think I can PB for a lot more minutes and seconds than what I did right now.
In the deep woods.
My PB is gonna be falling into the deep woods. I cannot believe that.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
definite time save if you want to do another run of, like sometime soon. That was definitely has a lot of improvement in there. Those are really good runs. We can see Mario kind of comforting Bowser here because they both got rejected.
Goodbye,
And-
Peach. Everybody say bye, Peach.
Yeah,
She's
everyone say
leaving.
bye, Peach. She's going back to Earth. We won't see Bowser and Mario ever again.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the run. It was really, really fun. I didn't expect to die that much or like mess up that much, but I mean, we PB'd, so I'm good with that. I'll take it.
And then I think Muffin said something about the stream going down for a minute, I believe.
Yes, they
since
will
we're-
be restarting the stream.
Yeah.
Just in between the runs here. But up next is Pokemon Trading Card Game. And also just one more plug: GDQ run and AGDQ run and volunteer submissions open this Thursday, August 22nd. So get hyped for that.
All right. Yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah.